What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we are taking a look at a brand new mobile game that just released, what was it, yesterday I think it was, or the day before. It is called Toy Army Men Defense Merge. Just a side note, I'm extremely sick. I definitely at this point I'm 100% sure I have the virus. So I'm gonna just do the best I can with this video because I just want to make videos. That's what I do. This is gonna be my review, my first impressions of it. I played for several hours last night, and this is nothing special here. Basically what they did was they took a defensive tower merge type of style game, and then they took a base building war game and they sandwiched it together. The biggest thing that I would say is it really feels like it lacks content. It feels like they took half of a tower defense game and then half of a base building war game, because it just lacks so much features and so much just gameplay, really, that it's quite boring at times. It'll be fun maybe for the first hour, and then at that point you're kind of like so basically you have your defense tower merge part right here, and all you're doing is you're buying these little defensive pieces and just go ahead and combining the levels. Like, that's it. You're combining 14 with 14 to make a 15, and then you go and you upgrade it on the map. Honestly, moving these defensive structures on the map, it seems like the placement has very little effect on the gameplay. After about 5-10 minutes of just constantly merging these over and over again, it's like you feel like I don't even know what to tell you. And also, here, look, you get pop-ups a lot. Even if you turn it, like, the pop-ups are absolutely ridiculous for packs. You can turn this off in the options though, which I need to do on my computer. But this is a great example of when I was younger and I used to play card games, and I used to go to my grandma's house, and she used to say, we used to do things, and when we would do things over and over again, she'd be like, "Pete, this is the way they train monkeys." And this is basically what it feels like when you're doing this defensive tower merge part of the game. It feels like you're being trained as a monkey. You're just sitting here combining numbers over and over and over again endlessly with very little results. I mean, and then there is some other areas they have for this. So you initially have your spec ops, which is this little house, and you kind of got to battle through this different areas. And they have elite duel. Elite duel is pretty much the same thing, except you're going up against bosses. So it's the same idea, just boss battles with your tower defenses. And then you have this thing called Black Ops. Black Ops is literally the same exact thing as Spec Ops. All it is like a harder version of Spec Ops, is what you would basically call it. That's it. This right here is your boss battles. You just battle these different bosses. It's pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at, and then they have this thing called auto merge. They let you do it once for free, and then after that it costs coins, these gold coins, which is the premium currency, the paid currency to activate. Activating this just means that it'll automatically combine it, so you don't feel like a training monkey over here, like doing some experimentation on you to try and combine numbers. Auto merge is, you know, it's stupid. There's a lot of pay to win features, or pay to quality of life features in this game. Let's go over the base real quick. The base building part of this game really lacks content, man. Like, compared to other like full base building games, this just feels so half-assed. You got your basic headquarters, you've got a firepower center. This is what upgrades your spec ops, which is like the defensive tower part of the game, where you can just basically, if we go over here and we look, you can just upgrade the defensive structures you have, and that's pretty much it. Then you have the armory. This is where you will train your troops. Very basic. They only have 3 troops: commando, a vehicle, and a copper, which is like a helicopter. The commando doesn't really seem like anything special. The vehicle, if you notice, the load is higher. The vehicle is basically like your siege. It just carries a lot, so you can farm stuff and carry more items. If you look at the helicopter is faster. The helicopter is actually the fastest unit, so this is kind of like your cavalry, I would guess you would call it. And then the commando just doesn't really have anything in particularly special about it. And then if you look at the counters are kind of weird. I get that like a vehicle will counter like the commando. The helicopter counters the vehicle, but then for some reason a commando counters the helicopter. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Like how is a person, a foot soldier on the ground stronger than a helicopter up in the air? I don't kind of get that, but okay. Then you have your fortification ground. All this is your wall. Your defensive structure, pretty much, where you can build like traps and walls. And then you have your hospital, and then finally your technology center, which is where you do research. That's it. It's literally the most minimum basic buildings for a base building war game. Then there's just kind of like a lot of just empty space. One thing I want to point out is if you scroll over here, they got Crash Bandicoot Warped playing on the TV. I'm surprised that they got away with that. And then if you look, it's hooked up to an army station. So of course they didn't want to put PlayStation, but they put Crash Bandicoot Warped on the TV screen playing. So it's supposed to be like a 90s, early 2000s theme, which is kind of cool. I like the Walkman, and I'm a sucker for nostalgia. You got your floppy disks. The surroundings are kind of cool, but it honestly feels like they spent all of their time worried about the cash shop, because it feels like there's more ways to spend money in this game than there is to actually play the game. The officers are okay. You know, you got a bunch of different officers you can collect. You got your S tiers, your A tiers. The game is filled with bugs. I mean, there's a ridiculous amount of bugs. In fact, the first bug I encountered was the fact that everyone who pre-ordered the game got 10 fragments that let you recruit this character, Iron Will, for free. Every time I went to assemble him, there was a button that said, oh, I have him, I can assemble him. It wouldn't let me assemble him. It kept coming up with an error. I had to completely restart the game in order to get it to work. There's just various like coding bugs in the game that it's kind of stupid. Same thing with the gacha system. If you go over to the gacha system, a lot of times when you try and recruit like a new character or something, it'll freeze. You'll have like the skip button will disappear, and you can't even open up anything. Just really stupid things like that just randomly will happen. Let's go to the open field. The open field is very boring. There's really nothing special. It's basically just a field filled with just monsters and random stuff. You take an overlook at the map. There's no special structures to capture. There's not even like a middle piece like a middle piece to capture to get like buffs, or like to let you know that you kind of control the map. If you look at everything's just open. There's nothing really here. There's just these random monsters that you can attack. You can go ahead and search, and you have like evil toys up to level 20, and then some like elites and ones that require you to do rallies. And then right now there's a mad scientist event going on, but really is really nothing special going on. If you take a look at the packs, I mean, my god, there's a ridiculous amount of packs that you can buy. I'm going to go through that real quick. Also, there's a VIP system. The VIP system is absolutely ridiculous. Activate your VIP costs $5 for 30 days. It's pretty ridiculous. You get exclusive bonuses and all kinds of other things. Like, you can't even change, like if you go here to change your avatar, if you want to upload a custom avatar, you can't unless you're a VIP. Like, little basic features like that are locked. The events are okay. They got a ton of different events going on because the game just launched. But let's go to the packs. So they have a ridiculous amount of packs, and after playing this game for about 30 minutes, I got a really bad Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire vibe. If any of you guys know or followed me from my other channel where I made Final Fantasy videos, I made videos on that game, This literally feels like a carbon copy of that, like based on the shop. The shop almost feels exactly the way that shop felt, just riddled with tons of traps and ways that just trying to get you to spend money. You have your $5 packs, then there's $10 packs, another 5, like they're completely random. You got another 10, you got a 20, let me see, there's a 50, like a random 51, another 10 one, another 10. Like, look at, there's just so many packs. I mean, you literally can sit here scrolling for days. They got monthly cards, packs of the day, a monthly cards right here. It's just ridiculous. They got this toy soldier construction order, daily special offers. They were like, all right, let's give these guys a million different ways to spend money in the game with very little content. It's a big letdown. They also have other various, I looked at the developers, they have other various mobile games that are like similar to this, where it's toy soldier games. But that's it. I just wanted to kind of give my brief take on this. This is a no for me. I would give this a thumbs down. I definitely would not continue to play this game. Just something I wanted to check out, see what it is, let you guys and girls know what's up. Stay happy, stay safe, have an amazing weekend. Hopefully I feel better by Monday. Peace.